Suicides in Vegas by Evan Placey, directed by Margaret Whittam. This was a two-woman show that was going to tour multiple small venues in 3 different countries, and they didn't know what kind of sound system they were going to have, what kind of sound support they'd have in those venues, and none of the people who were touring with the show were going to be soundies. So I said, look, let me not only design your sound cues, let me design your playback. Here it is. This can be loaded onto a PC laptop. You turn it on. The red circle means that this cue is armed. You can move between cues if you need to with the up and the down arrow, and when you hit the space bar, the sound plays. But what about the other controls? Well, we did a preview production, and we figured out how loud we wanted everything and how long we wanted to be, whether we wanted to bump out or fade out, and I built all of those things into this playback system, but made it so there was no way to change them. It's unfortunately true that with non-soundies, if they're controls, if they're buttons, there's danger, and they probably would have blown the whole thing up if they had had anything that they could change. But how do you set the sound system up when you come into the theater? Well, you bring your laptop in, you plug it into the sound system, and then you play the loudest cue. Then you stand in the theater and tell somebody to push the 2 sound faders on the system's console up or down until it sounds as loud as you think it should. Then you can leave those faders alone through the rest of the show, because all the other loudnesses are set proportional to the loudness of this cue, the same way that we set them in the preview. So everything would sound the same way that it did in the preview. You could just hit the space bar and go, and Suicides in Vegas, all they had to do was jump.